So I think what I'm going to do is use this orange color for the main part of the sweater.
I don't even know if I remember what hook size I used.
I have frogged it several times. Y'all, I have run out of the orange. My main goal is to finish this sweater. This is my first sleeve that I finished. I think it's 3 years at this point. If I want to wear this, I've got to redo it. Hey y'all, I thought it would be fun to kind of show you guys what I'm going to bring on this trip. We are leaving in 2 days to go visit family in Arkansas, and I really want to make some progress on some of my WIPS, but I don't want to get crazy and bring a ton of WIPS, so I thought I would show you guys what I plan on bringing. My main goal is to finish this sweater from Gloria's Crochet Sweaters, or Crochet Sweaters. I think it's Crochet. I should know by now because I've been working on this sweater for so many years. So I think what I'm going to do is use this orange color for the main part of the sweater. This is my main goal, is to finish this sweater. It has been an ongoing project for literally years. So I'm going to be making this one right here. I'm assuming it's called Vivid. I've already started. I had this alpaca silk. I got it on sale. It's Drops yarn, Drops alpaca silk. It was an amazing deal. And I just need to finish it. It's funny because I'll make like headway on it and then something will set me back and I just put it down.
Y'all, I don't even know if I remember what hook size I used. I really hope that I used the suggested hook size. This was also before I started writing things down, so I really need to be better about that.
And then I start a bunch of other things and then just don't go back to it. So it's ended up taking me so long, and I really just need to stick with it and finish it. But now I have no excuses. I have all the yarn I need. I've mentioned this sweater in several videos of mine, but I've frogged it a few times, and this yarn is not fun to frog. I have frogged it several times. I want to say at least 2 times, maybe 3 times. There was one time when I had to like just cut the yarn because I was like, this yarn cannot be frogged anymore. It is just not working. I'm using Drops Brushed Alpaca Silk and Drops Melody. So this yarn just does not frog well, and it has not been a fun process to frog it. With this last go around, I was really making progress. Got the body of the sweater, except for the yoke, finished pretty much. And then almost both of the sleeves, but then I ran out of yarns. Y'all, I have run out of the orange. So I had to purchase some, and at the time Wool Warehouse wasn't shipping to the US. I think they are now again. So I didn't know what I was gonna do, but thankfully I found some on Etsy, and so I know now that there is a shop on Etsy that I can get it from if I need to. It is more expensive to purchase it on Etsy, but if you need it and you can't get it, it's a good option to have. I honestly think that I may have been working on this sweater when I was going on another trip to visit family. It was a road trip though. This time we're flying, of course. But we were driving that time, and I think I brought it then too. Do you think I was actually wearing this sweater as well? So that's pretty funny. This book I got from the thrift store, Gloria's Crochet Sweaters. If you have been following along with my videos for a while, then you've already seen all of this information, so I won't go into it in too great of detail. But this is full of so many amazing sweaters, and I would really love to make a lot of them. But a few of the patterns are a little challenging to read the way that they're set up in here. It just doesn't make for a really smooth process. But I would still really love to make some more sweaters from this. So this is the sweater that I'm making, and I absolutely love it. It is so beautiful. Oh my gosh, my cat, y'all. It's right outside this door, so let me go get this cat. Are you coming? My cat is joining us. It's getting close to eating time, so here he is. Little does he know, we're going out of town. Thankfully, he gets to stay at home, and my mother-in-law is taking care of him. Thank you so much. Back to the sweater. I think it's called Autumn Jacquard Cardigan, I believe. And it is the prettiest sweater. I can't wait to finish it. And honestly, the only reason why I've stuck with this project is because I love this sweater so much, and it's been worth it to continue on with it. I'm like determined that I'm going to finish it. So I'm really hoping by the end of this video, we will have had a super wonderful time, a super wonderful trip, and we will have a super wonderful cardigan. Here is where I am with the sweater. Like I said, I'm using this Drops Brushed Alpaca Silk, and this is the color 22. Pale Rust, I think is the name of this colorway. And then I'm also using Drops Melody for the contrast colors. I don't have as many contrast colors as she has in the pattern, but these are all Drops Melody. So they're all from Wool Warehouse, except for the couple of donuts that I purchased from Etsy recently. And then this one also. So I'm holding 2 strands of this Drops Brushed Alpaca Silk together, and then just one of the Drops Melody. It's a thicker yarn. It has a larger halo. Wow, these are really like, these are so squished in here. But here's where we've made it so far with the body of the sweater. It just wraps around like this. It's gonna be really cute. I've got the pocket holes right here, and then I've got both sleeves almost to the same stopping point, but I do not see the sleeves in here. Maybe I've only got one sleeve done. My cat. He knows that if there's going to be yarn involved, this is just the way it is. This is the life of a yarn cat. So it looks like I've only got one sleeve. I thought I had two sleeves and that I was at the same point on both the sleeves, but apparently I just have one sleeve. Now I do think that I am at the same place on the sleeve that I am at on the body of the sweater. Hopefully I'll be able to figure that out. So anyway, oh my god, my cat. This is my number one goal, is to finish this sweater. I am going to take you guys along with me on the airplane ride. We have a lot of travel. We are going to be flying to Seattle and then to Dallas, and then we're going to drive from Dallas to Arkansas. So it's going to be a lot of traveling and lots of time to get work done. So I am looking forward to that. I am looking forward to being able to hopefully finish this cardigan. Maybe I can purchase some buttons while I'm there. My mom and I are planning on going to a yarn store. I cannot wait. I'm so excited. And of course we'll probably go to Hobby Lobby and fun stuff like that too. So I figure if I document this, I will hold myself accountable. You guys can also hold me accountable, and I will hopefully finish this thing because I really want to finish it, and I will be so excited to share it with you guys when I actually finish. Here are my other thoughts about the projects that I'm going to bring. So if you caught my last video, I shared my 2026 crochet knitting plans. I already have a lot of WIPs that I will share with you in a future video. So those are also my 2026 plans. Plus I have the Knit Collage spring knit along and hopefully the fall knit along as well. Those are also on my list to finish in 2026. And I want to, of course, start something new. And I'm trying to decide if I want to allow myself to do that or not, or if I should just really stick to WIPs on this trip. I think it would be fun to really challenge myself to finish these WIPs on this trip. So let me show you the other ones that I plan on finishing. I do have my daughter's vest that you guys might remember. Here is where I am at so far. I'll try to get a better shot of it too that's a little bit more. It is so wrinkled, y'all. All this stuff is so wrinkled. You kind of get the idea. I mean, it's not up this high, but I was just trying to show you the horses. It's got some jumping polo horses on it. It's really cute. I do think it's funny though, because I kind of had to figure out the graph with the sizing as to where the horses should go, and I totally got it wrong. So these horses are not centered at all. But honestly, I think it's kind of fun, kind of quirky. If you know me, you know I love quirky things, and my daughter likes it too, so that's a good thing. I don't know if you can tell because of the rolling on the sides, but oh my goodness, you guys, they are really just like off to the side. I'll be sure to show you all of that when I'm finished. I have all this front finished, and I think probably about half of the back. Okay, so I've got my other bag here that has more things in it. So here is where I am at with the back. So I'm probably like almost halfway done, I would say, with the back. I had to put down knitting for a while just because of my elbow. I was having issues with my elbow, but thankfully I am much better now, and I definitely want to make sure I don't have that problem again. So yeah, I would say about halfway done. This is actually Swiss yarn, which I love. I'd never used it before making the horse sweater for my daughter, not this one but the other one that I ended up keeping, or she ended up giving it to me. I really love this Swiss yarn. This is the worsted weight. I think there's also a DK weight, but I really like it a lot. It's so soft, the drape is beautiful. I'm definitely gonna be using that quite a bit in the future. But this is the color Poet, but it's a really pretty color, purple. Purple is one of her favorite colors, so I'd love to be able to finish that. And then of course, like the ribbing, I've got to do that too. And then also this Musselburgh. Originally I was making this for myself, but when my daughter, I made that horse sweater for my daughter that was a little bit too oversized for her liking, and so I ended up taking it. I told her that I would give her this Musselburgh. I'm so excited, you guys, because I did order a new interchangeable knitting needle case for my ChowGoo interchangeable knitting needles. I'm super excited. I ended up giving my other one to a friend, and I hope that she loves it. So I put all my needles in here, and I'm waiting for my needle case. I actually sent it to my mom, so I'm super excited to get it there. I don't think I'm going to bring all of my needles, just the ones I need for the projects that I'm bringing, but I cannot wait. It's a Knit Collage one. It's so cute. Y'all, I am so excited. So that'll be super fun to finally get to open that at my mom's. Here is the muscle burra that I am currently working on. This is made with Bad Sheep yarn and the colorway is Sockeye Salmon. I really love this colorway and my daughter loved it too, so I just told her I would give it to her. So I'm gonna finish this up. I am about halfway done, I would say, with this as well. Of course, it's just gonna be lots and lots of stockinette in the round. I love this pattern so much and I'm super excited to have this done for her. So I may end up getting some more of this for myself and we'll just have matching beanies. But that is another thing that I would love to finish on this trip. I think it would be really good to get some of these projects out of the way and off of my to-do list. Then I will have room for more of my 2026 projects. I did want to show you the progress on my daughter's sweater. This is the Floribunda Cardi by Cheryl Kubat. I made it for my daughter. I made it in this, I think, Glitch in the Matrix is this colorway. Oh my goodness, you guys. I have like an entire skein of this left. I do think I know what I'm going to do with the rest of this yarn, but y'all, that's so much yarn left over. So I have this and like half of another skein, but I'm super excited to have this finished for her. I think we are going to crochet some flowers for it today. So everything is done besides the zipper in the front, which I've never done before. So that'll be fun to get a zipper and try that out. I can't decide if I should bring this with me or if I should just buy the zipper while I'm there, then make it when I get back. I just don't know if I want to carry the whole sweater because she's probably not going to be able to wear it while we're there either because it's going to be warmer, a lot warmer than it is here. So we have to add the flower embellishments to the sleeves and then seam the sleeves is the last thing. So we've got the zipper and then the seaming and the flowers. I'm very excited to finish that one and have that done for her. It's like the cutest little bomber track jacket kind of look. So it's really, really cute. I just was Googling about knitting needles on a plane. I figure crochet hooks are fine, but they did recommend using wooden needles on an airplane or plastic needles. I'll see if I have wooden needles to use for that. I think this might be the right size. So I'm gonna have to test that out for the Musselburgh. No, Muscle Burra. Oh, this might even be too small. This is a 2.25, I believe. Oh, it's not. It's a 2.5. Okay, so 2.5. I think this might be a 2. Well, y'all, we have a 2 millimeter, a 2.25 millimeter, and a 3. So I'm not quite sure if we are going to be able to find the right one. I had to double check what this one was. 4 millimeter. Yeah, that doesn't look like it's gonna work. Well, y'all, I stand corrected. I did get it on here. I don't know how easy it's gonna be to knit on here, but I mean, I'm gonna give it a shot. That way I can still bring this project, and then I think that I will put this beanie right here in my luggage. That way I still have 2 projects I can work on. I can go back and forth, and then this one will be in the luggage. And then if I bring another one, I'll let you guys know what that one's gonna be. Please excuse this giant mess, but this is the backpack that I'm gonna bring. I'm going to be bringing my laptop. This is the bag that I usually have my camera gear in. So I've got my hard drives in here and then miscellaneous other things. So I'll be taking those out and then filling it with yarn and other things that I need. My only thing about putting this particular project, the Glorious Crochet Sweater project, in here is that I don't want all those tiny little balls of yarn to get lost or anything. So I'm going to put those in a separate Ziploc bag, I think. And then just the main large donuts I'll put in here. Just remembered that I am going to be bringing this because when my mom and I go to the yarn store, I want to have this so that I can purchase a contrast color. I'm thinking in this kind of turquoise color right here. So I'm definitely going to bring one of these so that I have that to bring with me. And then of course I'm going to buy some black too. So I may buy both of those while we're there. Okay, I've got everything in here so far. I'm going to put this in the suitcase like I mentioned. I definitely need to put some sort of needle stoppers on there, but I'm going to put that in my suitcase, probably in like some sort of bag. And then I do still have this front pocket, not sure what I'll put in there. Possibly my crochet hooks. excuse the camera stand. I'm going to put these needles back in with my interchangeable needles. I took those off to put the wooden needles on, and I'm excited that that will hopefully work. So here is kind of what this looks like. I put the yarn right here. I may end up putting this in the suitcase, honestly. I'll put this over here so that I know that those are going in the suitcase because I don't need that yarn to be out. And then I did end up bringing another skein of this Swiss yarn just in case I needed it for the ribbing or anything. I have quite a bit of that left over actually. And then I've got the other project down here. I feel like I should have these in some sort of separate bag, but I think I'm just going to leave it like this, honestly. I've still got all my other packing to do, so I think I'm just going to leave these in here, and then hopefully I will finish these projects up and they will be easy to manage. There's quite a bit of yarn in the bottom, and then of course I have the little pieces in a Ziploc bag. So that's going to be my project bag, and then of course I will update you guys if there is any other project that I'm going to bring. Traveling anywhere down south from Juneau makes for a super long travel day. Sometimes you have to make what the locals call the milk run. Since a lot of these Southeast Alaska towns aren't on the road system, you have to take a boat or a plane to get there. From Juneau to Sitka is only about a 20-minute flight, and to Ketchikan is not much farther.
If your phone is closed, you can take it out of airplane mode with our baggage service guarantee.
I knew this next flight to Dallas was going to be a super long one, and so it was the perfect opportunity for me to break out my cardigan. I got my sleeve completed, but then I realized that I needed knitting needles for the cuff of the neck sleeve, and I forgot to bring those. So thankfully, Mom had a solution. Y'all, I always love a new yarn store, and I was so excited to check out this one with Mom while we were visiting. This is Hot Springs Fiber Company, and it is such a fun store. These are the yarns that I picked up. Next Next, we made a stop at Hobby Lobby. I, of course, always love looking at the yarns that they have, but I really wanted to see if I could find a yarn to go with a specific colorwork sweater that I am going to be working on. So I looked through some of the yarns that they had. I didn't see anything, but I also needed a zipper for my daughter's sweater. One last stop at Michael's to see if I could find the yarn that I was looking for. I didn't find exactly what I wanted, but I think this navy will be really pretty. Sweater. I've been really trying to work on these WIPS and get them finished up. I did get quite a bit done at my mom's. Thankfully I was able to use her double pointed needles to start the cuff because only the ribbing is in knit and I did not bring knitting needles for that. So thankfully she had some double pointed needles that I used. So we are driving back to Dallas and we will leave tomorrow. We're gonna go to a baseball game tonight. It's gonna be super fun. So I wanted to share how far I've gotten. This is the second sleeve. Getting to the point where I'm gonna start attaching everything. I only have a few more rows before that point. This is my first sleeve that I finished. I finished at least to the point where it joins with the rest of the sweater. So I have that done and then almost to that same point here with this sleeve. I did have to refresh myself a little bit on where I was. I kind of forgot that there were border rows on the sleeve in the graph. And so now I'm back on track and know what I'm doing. That's always the issue when you put something down for a while, you forget where you are sometimes. But I'm hoping to get quite a bit more done. We have a few more hours in the car and then of course lots of hours on the plane tomorrow. So I just wanted to give you an update and I'm super excited to finish. I will hopefully have a finished sweater by the end of this video. Here that I thought I was going to run out of yarn. Thankfully, if you remember, I had put that extra skein in the bag just in case. At this point, I'd gone a little rogue with following the pattern. I sort of did my own thing with the decreases and neckline shaping. I'm happy to report though, it all worked out. I have finished all the ends on the body portion. So I've got all of this done. I still need to do, of course, the pockets and the button band. That'll be at the end after seaming. Then, of course, these like areas where the yoke is and then where the sleeve is going to go. It'll just drop in there and be seamed. I did like a combination of Intarsia and Fair Isle, so it's just a little, honestly I just did what was fast. I wanted to get through it. I was like, this sweater is taking forever, and so I just, oh, my cat just ran by. But I'm super excited to have gotten this far, and I can't wait to finish. I do have one of the sleeves finished. I just have to weave in the ends, or the rest of the ends here. So I've got that one done, and then I've got one more sleeve to do the top portion of. Then of course weave in the ends with this one too. It's funny because my sleeves are actually different tension. I don't think I used a different crochet hook, but they are a little bit different in size. So I'm hoping that with blocking and everything, it will all kind of turn out fine. I mean, it's not like a super big difference. Well, it's kind of a big difference. So I don't know. I'm not quite sure how that happened, but it is like, I mean, it's considerable right here, so we'll see. But I am so excited to finish, y'all. This sweater, of course, has taken me forever. If you have been along since the beginning, I mean, I'm thinking 3 years at this point, possibly longer. I'm super excited to be finished with this sweater, but also super excited to be able to wear it. It is so soft, so cozy, and I cannot wait to be able to wear it. We are just going to keep plugging along, and I will update you when I've got it finished. I wanted to give you guys an update on my WIPS. I have finished my Musselburgh hat, and I'm super excited. It definitely needs a good blocking because it is very wrinkled, and I do think that I ended it a little bit prematurely. I was just so excited to finish, and so I think I made it a little shorter than I would have normally, but I think it'll be fine once I have it blocked and everything. I think it'll fit really well. Just look at that color. I love the way that this hat looks. And originally my daughter said that she wanted this hat. I was gonna make it for myself, and then when I made that sweater for her and she ended up giving that to me, I was like, well, I'll just give you this beanie. But now she's decided she doesn't want the beanie, so she kind of changes her mind on a daily basis these days. So I'm gonna keep it, which I'm excited about. Obviously I was excited to give it to her too, but I am also very excited to keep it because I love it. I'm very excited to have another Musselburgh because I just love this beanie so much. I do plan on starting another one pretty soon. I do have some yarn to make one for my daughter, so I'm going to start hers probably next before I start one for myself, but I definitely have plans to make another one for myself. So yay, this is all finished. Just going to get it blocked and everything. My daughter's vest that I finished. Finally finished it. It also needs to be blocked. Yay, I'm super excited. It's really cute. I'm happy with how it turned out, and I think she's happy with it too. So I am super excited that I made the goal of finishing these WIPs. I mean, I didn't finish them on the trip, but it helped me stick to them instead of like starting something else, because I'm very notorious for starting something else. So I'm really excited that I started this video to share with you guys to help me stay accountable to finish these projects. So I'm super excited to get them blocked and then of course finish the crochet cardigan. With the single crochet seam instead of what I originally did. I thought it just looked a lot cleaner on the outside. The pockets went really well. The only thing I had to change on that was redo the ribbing a couple of times just to get it to fit the way that I wanted. Okay, I wanted to give you guys a little update. I was really hoping to be finished by now, and kind of almost was, besides the buttons. However, I was not happy with how the button band turned out. So with the button band, there's not like specific instructions. It's kind of like just pick up this many stitches and then increase and decrease accordingly, things along those lines. So I've really had to kind of figure it out how I wanted to do it. Where the buttons go all worked out really well. As you can see, it's just right here along here. And so I think it looks really good. I just kind of did my own thing. The button bands are knit. So in the beginning, you put some stitches on hold and then you put those stitches back on the needle and then kind of work your way up. And I just picked up a stitch along the edge with each row and then decreased that stitch so that I didn't have a larger stitch count. So I just did that all the way up to the top and it worked really well for this side. But then the side where the buttonholes are, I did the same thing, but I knew I had to make buttonholes. And like I said, there's not any specific instructions for buttonholes or anything like that. It's just kind of like make buttonholes. So I have made buttonholes before and they were a little bit more intricate than this, but I just kind of like did my own thing and tried to figure it out. And it was okay, but once I finished the entire button band, I realized that it was just really wonky, like I had picked up too many stitches. So I decided, after I had already finished the neck and everything, y'all, I should have stopped and looked at it, but I was so eager to finish that I just kept going and going. But I ended up finishing the whole thing. I finished the neckline and everything, and then I tried it on and I was like, oh my goodness, I needed to space out I needed to space out where I picked up those stitches. And so it may have come out in blocking, but I really just thought it was so bad that I was just gonna have to take it out. So I ended up taking everything out and I decided to watch a button tutorial because I was like, this sort of works, but something doesn't seem. Look at my cat, y'all. He is just like, will you feed me, please? So what I had done worked, but that along with the like wonky too many stitches picked up, I just was like, I've got to redo this thing. If I want to wear this, I've got to redo it. So I ended up taking everything out and starting over. It's really looking good. I'm happy with it. I'm just using these little needles here because they're just small and easy. So I just figured I would use those. Here is kind of the button band. You can see the little buttonholes there, I hope. But yeah, so I think it's looking much better. I think that I'm picking up a good amount of stitches. We'll see at the end what it looks like. I did also think about just doing like a slip stitch on top, like kind of like a top stitching right where the band meets the cardigan. I may end up doing that still because I think that it might look really nice and finished. And if I do that on one side, I'll do that on the other side as well. So I'll keep you posted on that. One thing that I did not do when we were in Arkansas is purchase buttons. I've already started editing the video for this and I was like, oh my goodness, I had totally planned on buying buttons. I did get the zipper for my daughter's sweater, but I just completely forgot to buy buttons. We don't have a lot of stores here that carry buttons. I did check a couple of stores and I ended up going to this quilting store. She had a few buttons, but not like a very wide selection at all. But I did end up purchasing some from her because the only other store that I know of that has buttons is Changing Tides, which I love, but I really just wanted to like run my errands and get it done. And so I did purchase these buttons in hopes that they would work. It's not exactly what I had in mind, but I wasn't exactly sure what I wanted. I kind of had an idea of what I thought I wanted, but here's what I purchased. So I ended up getting these little kind of translucent buttons, but they have like a little speckles in them. I thought that was similar to what I wanted. I'm hoping that this will be the right size. They are a little smaller than I probably would have purchased, but I think that it's gonna go and kind of complement that gold color. So I don't know, we'll see. I did also think about doing wooden buttons and I do have some wooden buttons, but they were a little bit light. Another thought I had was maybe I could just darken them up somehow, like kind of stain them with something. So if I don't like these buttons, I think that might be what I do. I do think these actually will work. I think it's kind of in between the gold color and the orange. So I think it might actually work. So we'll see. I'll keep you posted on the buttons, but that is where I'm at. I was so close to being finished, pretty much finished besides the buttons, but I just couldn't, I just had to do it the right way. So the only other update that I have is that once I seamed all the sleeves, they are pretty short. So With the sleeve, I just follow the graph and followed the pattern with the graph. So that it calls for the ribbing, of course, and then just follow the graph from a certain point. I really like the way that it's attached, and I think it looks really nice at the top, but oh my goodness, you guys, these sleeves are not my favorite length. They are definitely a little bit shorter. So I'm hoping that I can block them again. I may just steam block them and see if I can stretch them out a little bit. The other option I have is possibly undoing the ribbing and then just making a longer ribbing. So I'll keep you posted on that as well. But otherwise, I am super excited about this. I'm so excited to have it finished. I think that it's going to be a really good size. Like, it's a little bit oversized. Once I have everything completed, I think that I will ultimately be very happy with it. So I will keep you guys posted on the finished cardigan. Finished cardigan. I am so excited to have it finished. I am super happy with it. I'm really glad because I wasn't quite sure if I was going to be happy with it. After blocking it a second time, I am very happy with it. The only thing that I would like to be a little bit different, well, actually two things. I definitely would like the sleeves to be just a little bit longer. I was able to stretch them out quite a bit in blocking, but ultimately I would like them to be a little bit longer. It's very soft. I really love this yarn. So this Drops Brushed Alpaca Silk is super soft. The melody is super soft. I really love it. It has such a cute little halo over it. Super cozy. I'm really happy with the buttons. Y'all, I just did not have any orange thread. I didn't have any yellow thread and no blue thread. So I just used what I had, which was cream color. And I thought that looked better. I did have gray also, but I didn't think the gray looked as good. I'm so glad that I chose them. I think they really look great. Maybe I would like a slightly larger button is the only change I would make with the buttons. So the other adjustment I would make would be on the button band here. As you can see, it's knit and it looks fine, but there is quite a bit of difference between the stretch of this and of course the stretch of the crochet, especially here where there's Fair Isle. So I would probably either go down a needle size or two for the ribbing, or I would just do crochet ribbing. I just think that there's too big of a difference, and so it doesn't lay as neatly as I would like it to. I did end up doing a slip stitch right here just to kind of finish off the edge, and I may do that on this edge here as well, as long as it doesn't like bunch it up too much. Ultimately, it's really not that big a deal, and I am super happy with it overall. So as far as the measurements go, I believe it was meant to be worn with about 10 inches positive ease, so 45 inches was the circumference, like the body circumference on the pattern. Mine is about 43.5, so it's very similar. My sleeves are almost 2 inches shorter than their sleeves, and I don't think I checked gauge or anything with this. If I did, it was so long ago that I do not remember. But their sleeve measurement was 17 3/4 and mine was 16. And then as far as the length goes, their measurement was 31 and mine is 28. So it's really close, but not exact to the measurements. I'm really happy with how close it was, considering I don't remember if I checked gauge or not. At one point, I didn't even know if I was using the same crochet hook size. Also, the sleeves, if you remember, my sleeves were different sizes basically. There was so much time in between picking this project up and putting it down that my tension had changed. I think that's what it was. I don't think I used a different crochet hook size. I think it was really just my tension. But one of the sleeves was so much larger than the other one you guys saw. And so ultimately, I'm so happy that everything came together in the end because I was a little bit nervous that it wouldn't. I was really concerned before blocking it the second time if this whole 3-year process of frogging and redoing and just waiting to finish this thing was worth it. But ultimately, I believe it was. I really think that I'll wear this cardigan a lot. It's super cozy, super warm, super soft, and I absolutely love it. So yeah, I am so happy to be done with it. Oh my goodness, it feels so good to be done with it. I feel like I could just start like a million projects now because of this sweater being done. I mean, I won't, but I'm so glad to have not given up because that was one thing that I was just determined not to give up, and probably in the past I would have given up. So this was like a great opportunity for me to just continue on, to endure the process, and be able to enjoy the finished product.